Hi folks, this video is going to be kind of a training video as we have the opportunity to go back to church in person. On September 13th, we're beginning our in-person worship on a limited basis, and we'll describe more of that to you a little later. We'll also, while we're having in-person worship, we're also going to be offering our worship through YouTube on a streaming service. But if you're going to be coming back to worship in person, then things will be a little bit different. The protocols will be a little different, and we want to just show you what that experience will be like come September 13th, at least for the immediate future. So we look forward to being back together, worshiping together, and we hope that you'll pay attention to this video and the protocols that our task force has come up with, and so that we can worship both safely and faithfully with those who are worshiping with us online.
Our first Sunday of in-person worship will be September 13th, and we are returning to our normal worship time of 10:15. Everyone who plans on attending Sunday service will need to pre-register by Friday at noon through email or by calling the church office. We are doing this so that we can plan on how to effectively seat everyone, since we are limited to 60 persons in the sanctuary. And if you are coming to service on Sunday, we ask you to arrive 30 minutes before the service starts so that we can complete health screening and temperature checks, and so that the ushers can seat everyone. And there will be no entrance to the building after the service starts. If you are unable to attend Sunday service, you can still catch the service through the live streaming on YouTube. Step 1. Health check-in. If you're feeling ill, if you have a cough or a fever, or if you have been with someone who has, please stay home. And join us again on a Sunday in which you are feeling better. When you do get to the church, put your mask on before exiting your car. You're going to keep your mask on the whole time you're at the church. After you exit your car, line up at the health check door. There are no other entrances to the building except for those who need to use the elevator. You will be guided there by an usher and then shown your seat. And then have your temperature checked and answer the health questions. And then you'll be able to enter the building.
So after you get out of your car, you're going to come to this side door here where you'll be checked in. You'll have your temperature taken, and then you'll be asked questions.
No. Have you had contact? Have you had contact with anyone positive for COVID?
No.
Have you had anyone under quarantine status?
No, they don't.
Are you feeling okay? Any symptoms?
I was at the VA today and they checked me and I'm fine.
Great to hear. And you have a mask. You're all set.
Yeah.
Step 2. Being seated. You can't just go to the pew that you've always sat in. Instead, an usher will show you to one of the open pews where you will be socially distanced. Families, however, will be seated together. And once you've been seated, you'll need to stay seated unless there is an emergency.
Nice to see you too, Tim.
All right. Thanks, Tim. So as you can see, we have every third pew is open. This enables us to maintain social distance for families, and all participants in the service will be up here on the dais, and so we'll have adequate distance between participants and those who are speaking. When you enter the service, it's going to look a little bit like this. People will be all spread out, and there will be things like tripods and a little bit of camera equipment and probably some messy cords on the floor.
So step 3, we finally made it to worship. Offering plates will not be passed during the service, but will be placed at the door for you to put your offering in either as you enter or as you leave. On Communion Sundays, we will be using pre-packaged and sealed bread and juice, and these will be available at the door for you to pick up and to keep with you until you're ready to use them during the Lord's Supper. We won't be using things like bulletins or hymnals or prayer cards or pew Bibles. Instead, the liturgy will be projected on the walls. And you can participate in the liturgy and singing, but only if you do so softly while wearing a mask. And of course, even while we're doing in-person worship, the service will be streamed on YouTube for those to join us at home.
So what happens if someone starts coughing in the service like Ashley here? Uncontrollable cough. We're going to have it. One of the ushers will come and escort you out of the building. We'll go out the front door.
As we just saw, those who have a sneezing fit or uncontrolled coughing will be asked to leave the building and will be escorted graciously by one of the ushers out of the front of the building in the opposite way from which you came in. On Sunday, there will be no childcare or nursery, neither will there be fellowship hour, and neither will there be in-person faith classes, although we are working on offering some Zoom alternatives for youth and children and for adults. There will be no access to other parts of the building, including restrooms. This goes for all congregants except for staff members and those volunteers who are essential to hosting worship on Sunday. So please make sure to use the restroom before you leave home.
So at the end of the service, you will be dismissed by an usher, and we will start in the rear of the sanctuary, and we'll exit out the same door that you came in on, and the ushers will let people out starting in the rear and moving forward so that the people you'll pass someone as little as possible. So let's see how that's going to work, Tim. Steve will be playing some prelude music, and the ushers will come and let you know when you can leave. And when you leave the pew, you're asked to exit out the door. You can stay and talk if you want in the parking lot, but not within the building. There will not...
Whether you join us in person on September 13th or on our live stream worship on YouTube, the staff and pastor and officers at Liverpool First Presbyterian Church look forward to worshiping with you. Be blessed, my friends, and stay safe. And remember that God is with you.